Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, May 24th it's almost 11:11. Give everybody a little bit of time to get on. Hope you had a nice weekend. And welcome to another session of Coffee and Cards, where we will pick a collective card for everyone to start the week, since it is Monday. And then you can request a card specifically for yourself. Um, Hopefully, if you're watching us on the live, you are available because all you have to do is put a comment in the chat. That's all you have to do. It's free. Pull a card for you, give you a little insight. You can ask questions, whatever comes to your mind. So today, I'm not drinking coffee with you now, but I did have my coffee earlier, but I'm having a little bit of tea now. So coffee and cards, tea and cards, whatever it takes, right? Get us started on Monday. Out here on the East Coast, it is 11, and West Coast time would make it still in the 8 o'clock hour. So maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you're in another time zone where it's nighttime, or you're just watching this replay on our website or YouTube. If it is your first time here, we will be using the Entrepreneur Oracle deck, which is a 44 card deck that comes with a 138-page guidebook. And the guidebook has a page or sometimes four, somewhere between there on each card, and it gives additional insight other than the words that are on the card, as you'll see here with some of these examples. All original photography and art. And this is actually the first deck that's designed specifically for entrepreneurs or people working from home. Normally the decks are a little more broad, so we created this because we are both business owners and we know what it's like and the feelings that come up when you are in business. Good morning, Rosalind. How are you? Good to see you. And in the past couple weeks, we have done a little bit of changes in our schedule. So I just want to put out the reminder that Coffee and Cards on here on Facebook Live is on Mondays at 11:11, which it has been from the beginning. But Thursdays now we do a version of this on Clubhouse. And if you need an invite, I have some available. Just let me know in the comments and I can give it to you. Just go on Clubhouse and join the Entrepreneur Oracle Club, and you will be notified when we start new rooms. So this week, Thursday, we have the 3 o'clock Coffee and Cards room, but we're also on Wednesday doing a room about astrology in your business. So that should be a really interesting conversation with my friend and astrologer, Lucia Robello, and that will be 2:30 Eastern time on Wednesday, just in time for the full moon. Morning, Heather. Morning, Sissy. Good to have you guys here. Let's get started. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And here we are, Monday. And I know I've talked about it before, but I always feel like there's some sort of pressure surrounding Mondays that I start to feel somewhere Sunday afternoon, sometimes earlier. And I remember having that same feeling like, when you're a kid and you were in school and your weekend was, almost over. For me, it was like 4 o'clock on Sundays when my mom would watch MASH. And so I never liked that show because for me, it was the memory of the weekend's over. And that just wasn't great to me. So it had nothing to do with the show, but I don't know. It's funny how those little memories sort of can create experiences or opinions about things. But anyway, let me know how you're feeling today. I definitely this weekend felt a little bit of, I don't know, angst, frustration, a little bit of everything. And maybe that is because of the full moon coming. I don't really know. But the whole purpose is to know that our emotions don't define us, but also that they will pass. So Today, we're going to focus on our thoughts. Okay, that's definitely a great way to look at like what I was feeling over the weekend of just, being annoyed or something. There wasn't a incident really that happened. It was just like an air of like annoyance. When you just wake up in the morning as what they say is the wrong side of the bed or whatever. But like in this case, I guess that's sort of what it felt like. So, thoughts. Like in the picture of this card, it's all these different leaves and growth of plants and all these things. And so that represents all the different thoughts we have. So some of them are bright, some of them look even like flowers, some of them are in the darker areas, some are red. Um, but the card says, choose thoughts that make your heart feel good over and over. So instead of focusing on all the things I have to do or this schedule, focusing on things that I get to do or not creating. What I do is like I'll have a list of 3 things that I definitely have enough time to complete, but for some reason I'll create in my head that it's all going to take way longer or it's not going to go right or I don't know. It's just and that's where the overwhelm comes in. So Sissy is saying she dreads Mondays, not as much as I did at my previous job, but I don't necessarily like them. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think, it really depends, right, on where we work, what our schedule is, if you like your job or not, or things happening in your personal life, if there's a lot of change going on. Um, all those things play into fact. Did you get enough sleep? Did you eat good? Did you drink too much? Like all the things. So always good to understand when you do feel that way. Does it mean you've done something wrong or bad or whatever? It could be any of those factors. So let's look at our guidebook a little bit for this, just because I want to give us all a little bit of an idea as a collective about our thoughts and how we can control them. And control, I don't know. To me, control doesn't sound, I also have a negative connotation of control. So, I guess it depends on you and your own experiences. But knowing that your thoughts are just thoughts, and like the picture on this card, we have lots of thoughts, and we are not one single thought. And we can choose to focus on those dark sections, or we can choose to look at the bright yellow, green, and even the flowers of those thoughts. So, thoughts are energy. Electrical impulses traveling through your body via an incredible network of nerves. Originating in the brain, they move along the highway of your nervous system and infuse every cell of your being with vibration. These are not alone in affecting the cells of your being, but are a vital part of your magnetic pull towards others and in calling your desires to you. Be mindful and aware of how you are thinking. But know this, as powerful as your thoughts are in creating your reality, it is your feelings that matter most. Your heart field emanates and affects the world at 60 times greater than that of your brain. We say unto you this, pay attention to how your thoughts make you feel. Pay considerable attention to the sensations in your heart that arise from your thinking. Choose thoughts that make your heart feel good over and over. Practice choosing the right thoughts. You will stumble. There is no worry. Only observe, be aware, and adjust. When you don't know what thought to choose, think this word over and over in your mind. Love, 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 love. It is that simple. So, hope that offers you some. To me, it's comforting to know that we can choose our thoughts, or at least choose the thoughts we want to focus on. So, morning, Mom. Welcome to the live. So, if you would like a card today, let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to pull one for you. And we'll build upon this thoughts card that is for everyone, whether you're watching the replay or you're here with us live. What kind of thoughts are you having? What kind of thoughts are you choosing to focus on? Are you focusing on the one negative out of the 20 thoughts you're having, or vice versa? And just like the guidebook said, it's not about judging yourself, it's just observing. So if you can switch your focus to the thoughts that make your heart feel good, then maybe you can switch your perspective. So let me know in the comments if you'd like a card. Also, let me know in the comments how you, any self-care, anything like that you do when you are feeling this way. One of the things I like to do is take a bath or take a shower. Something about that feels like you're sort of washing stuff off of you. So whether it's feeling down or having too many things to do, or you had some sort of negative experience, it feels like you're just like washing it off. So, and Sissy is saying she's just trying to be aware of the types of thoughts I'm having. Yeah. I mean, and that's, an ongoing thing for sure. Yeah. If you can look at it like the book says at an observation point instead of, judging it, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about that. And our site is entrepreneuraoracle.com, and you can get the deck there. The link is now live in the window. That's directly to the deck. Purchase yours, and I can send those out to you right away. We've got lots of cards ready to get out there and help you and give you some guidance, clarity, sometimes you just need a little, it's going to be okay, or, you're not alone, or whatever it is that you're feeling. Heather says she loves sitting on the porch surrounded by all her plants. Oh, yeah, that's good. I did a lot of sitting out on the porch this weekend, sitting in the sun a little bit, see if I could bake some of those things away. Well, it seems like everybody's a little slow this morning, but it is Monday, and towards the end of the month. Actually, a lot of graduation and things like that happening. So, since we don't have anybody wanting a card, I will just pull another collective card for all of us. A lot of different changes and, people graduating, or, different things going on. Maybe you have to attend some events, or, I don't know, and, things opening back up, or, there's a lot of different sort of transitions happening now. So our next card today is stay. Once you make plans, stay grounded and focus on implementing them. So once you make plans, stay grounded and focus on implementing them. So to me, today, this feels like a reminder of not to get distracted by new and sparkly things. That's what it feels like to me. So sometimes our thoughts can distract us in different ways, right? So if we are focusing on the negative, then maybe I start looking for easier ways to do something, or how to get out of something. If I look at, if I get like too high up in the clouds, then I get distracted by, ooh, look at this. And then, you buy a new course, or you buy a new, I don't know, some sort of toy or whatever, and then you lose track of that and you move on to something else. So to me, this card is just saying stay focused and stay grounded in your thoughts and in what you're doing, and just stay the course. So if you are observing your thoughts, like Sissy was talking about, and you're just trying to be aware of your thoughts, just stick with it. I mean, it's just like nature, and you can see in both of these cards, like one is in summer, one is in winter. Yet even nature, comes back. It's all a circle. So Rosalind is saying there is a difference between muting or ignoring your thoughts and coming to terms or increasing awareness around a thought pattern. Yeah, definitely. I would love a card around the topic for guidance or clarity around love. Okay. Perfect. Sure. I'd love to pull one for you. And you're right. It's like when you avoid your thoughts or feelings, you almost make them bigger, right? Because you've got to like create this little protective barrier against them, for fear of what, like how you may react because of them, or I'm not really sure. We're all different, but the only way out is through. That was a phrase that I heard in my yoga training a lot, and to me, that really applies to thoughts and or feelings. The thought's not just going to go away. You can't hide it forever. Like, either you look at it or you ignore it, but it's still there. So the only way really through thoughts and feelings is by recognizing them and sort of that's it. It doesn't define you. So, Rosalind, for you, we've got the help card. The help you seek will guide you back to your heart. And you were asking guidance or clarity around love. And this is pointing you towards help. So I want to read to you so you can decipher the card for yourself. I'm going to read from the guidebook. There is a proper help and an improper help. It always comes down to how you feel. Each person you bring into your world and awareness to guide you and assist you on your path is doing so from their perspective. That perspective they bring is valid and has something to offer you. What they offer is this: the wisdom they bring in alignment with your heart, desires, and goals. Sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. It is always a test of sorts. How willing are you to stay true to your heart? How prepared are you to understand that sometimes the help you seek has not yet arrived? Or that the help you seek is guiding you back to your heart and what you already knew. And sometimes the help in this is in the area where you have no knowledge, wisdom, expertise, or experience. You must choose whether to accept the help or not and the underlying experience and lessons that help will bring. All help brings lessons. All help brings growth and expansion. What you perceive as proper help will bring about external growth and development. What you perceive as improper help will bring about internal growth and expansion. Both are good, both are necessary, both propel you forward in some way. Every experience is personal and valid. Understanding each other's experiences instead of convincing others of your own breeds compassion and acceptance. Receive the help you need along this path, and remember this: the path is, ever was, and always will be a spiritual one. So, Rosalind, that one is for you. Yeah, perspectives, good guidance to reflect on. You're so welcome. And I know and that's one of those things, right? Like sometimes we ask the question because we want an answer, and then sometimes, to me, reading that is you get to decide what the answer is. Also, looking at perspectives, other people's experiences, and how we are all affecting each other's stories and experiences. So I hope that gives you some guidance. And yeah, and I think if you look at these other two cards that we've got already, especially the thoughts card, focusing on the things that make you feel good. Are there things that make you feel good? Are there things in the relationship that you are focusing on more than others? Are you focusing on the flowers, or are you focusing on the dark aspects? So I don't know, just another thing to ask yourself and to look at and observe and decide what it is you want to focus on. So there you go, Rosalind. Thank you so much for coming on and asking your questions. And let's see if we've got any more requests here. Also, you can, again, our website is entrepreneurauracle.com. That's where you will find the deck. A little bit about the story of how and why we created the deck, also what makes our deck different. There's a little bit of a animation about the idea behind the deck and what the deck will do for you, along with some testimonials and some other things. So that's all on entrepreneuraoracle.com. We are also clearly on Facebook because that's where we are now, Instagram, Pinterest, where else are we? YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel. And of course, on our website, you can find all the past episodes of Coffee and Cards along with the YouTube channel. So looks like Heather and Sissy both would like a card. So let me get back on the right screen. Hi, everyone. There we go. And let's see what we've got for Heather, and then we will go to Sissy. So today, Heather, you've got trust. Trust must arise from the peace you hold within yourself. Begin here. And I think for you, that has to do with the thoughts that you're having. So focus on the thoughts that are going to breed trust, not the thoughts that are going to sort of negate trust. So we have that choice of focusing on what we want to focus on. And we can prove that people are going to do things to us or things are going to go wrong. We can find lots of proof in that. But what if we focused on finding proof that things would go the right way? But all that starts with yourself. No one is going to give that to you. That's all something you have to create for yourself. And if you stay on that path, then that's when you'll really see some changes in the things that you're looking for, whatever that may be. So trust must arise from the peace you hold within yourself. Begin here. So trust yourself. Sissy, let's get to you. I knew that was going to do that. Let me get the cards back on here. It's like I could have predicted that today for some reason. That's a great perspective for trust. Yeah, thanks. I only know because I pull that card all the time, so I feel like I have a direct relationship with it. Sis, let me pull a card for you. And then we can all get to all of the things we have planned today, all the amazing things and amazing people we get to work with, and we'll focus our thoughts on the good things. I'm not ignoring any of the negative, but like, what do you which thought are you going to replay in your head? Are you going to choose to replay the fears or anxiety thoughts, or are you going to play the good self-talk or some of the other more positive things? Oh, and we've got the help card coming up again for you, sis. And we already read the entire portion of the guidebook on this. So what I see in this, so help says the help you seek will guide you back to your heart. So it starts with your thoughts. That's step one, which you said you were already working on. So that's great. Stay with that, and you're going to get off course, but that's okay. You just get right back on. And the help you seek will be there. So as long as you are taking care of yourself and you're staying focused on implementing whatever it is that you are working on for yourself or your career, family, whatever it is, the help that you seek, the help that you need will be there. People, services, tools, whatever it is that you need in your journey will definitely show up as long as you are staying the course and observing your thoughts and, just trying to do better for yourself. So that's what we've got for you, sis, today. And let's see. Again, we got like a slower Monday today. Yes, stay is one of your regulars. Yep. And I definitely need to seek help from others. It's hard. It is. But what if instead of having the thought of it's hard, you could find some sort of flower, like in the photo, that says, when I get help, things go much faster, or things are easier, or I don't know, pick some sort of thought you're having. So instead of it's hard, which is to me would be some of those darker or even the red areas, because red usually to me is more like anxious or, I don't want to say bad, but just like those sort of hotter, scarier feelings. That you focus on something. What happened when you asked for help on something else? Was it a good outcome? Like, let's focus on those things and what you might be able to learn from asking for help. And when you ask for help, are you actually letting someone help you, or are you trying to help them help you? I know that sounds crazy, but it's kind of like when you go and get a massage and they lift your head up and you're trying to hold your head up for them, when the whole reason they're there is to serve you and to help you and um, your body and your muscles, and like you just can't help yourself but try to lift the head up for them. Um, I always do that, and then I have to like talk myself out of it, or they talk me out of it. So anyway, with that, I guess we will be cutting off a little early today, but that's totally great. We can all get started on all of our things and focus on our thoughts and how great it was to get together today. And I'll be posting this, of course, on our YouTube, on our website, IGTV, everywhere. And don't forget, Thursdays at 3 o'clock Eastern on Clubhouse, we will do the same thing. And if you need an invite to Clubhouse, let me know. If you're already on Clubhouse, make sure to join the Entrepreneur Oracle Club so you can get notified of all of our rooms. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. Happy Monday. Have a great week, and we will see you back next time. Have a great day, everyone.